Hey, howdy, students. Awesome. Well, we are back once again. I nearly didn't get to stream today. I've been so busy all day today. But this is pretty exciting for me because we're able to continue off right where we left off in Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. So last time where we left off, we had been trying to get the 4th Crystal Star. We'd walked through this area called Twilight Town that was dealing with a lot of curses going around. Every time the bell would ring in a place called the Creepy Steeple in the middle of the forest, someone in the town would be cursed to turn into a pig. And it was a little terrifying for everyone involved. We managed to work our way into Creepy Steeple. We climbed our way up into the bell tower and found a creature, a ghost of some kind, that was taunting us for being unable to really stop the curse at all. We beat them, we won the Crystal Star, and began to walk away. And unfortunately, it was at that point that we realized that one of the boss's abilities that they'd shown during the fight, which was the ability to duplicate themselves to look like us, in the scuffle, they had actually stolen Mario's identity. They had stolen his name, his body, and walked away with our partners off back to town to be celebrated as a hero. So, this was a little bit bad for us now, having lost our identity, lost our all of our companions, and that is right about where we are now. So, I'm going to go ahead and drop us over to there. Game capture. I believe it's this. This should do it for us. Let's see if it pops up correctly. If not, then I can... Okay, that's a little bit weird. There we go. Nice. I was like, I've clicked all the right things. Okay. Alright, be seeing you, Green Rescue Leader. Oh, I get you. Okay. That's totally fine. Alright. One thing that we had managed to do, though, as we came back to this area, we encountered Vivian, who, we know Vivian. They've actually been a Shadow Siren, allied with the X-Nauts, the like, evil team that seems to be trying to gather the Crystal Stars in order to conquer the world. And despite all of that, she's been pretty mistreated by the Shadow Sirens and decided to join us, not knowing that we are Mario, in order to try to help us regain our identity. They mentioned last time that we may want to start by listening in on birds, like so. So I was chatting with Rotbeak in Mushroom Town on Instant Messenger the other day, and he said he'd just gone fiber optic on his home network. Can you believe that? Rad, I bet he's downloading 100 megabyte apps with no problems on those fat pipes. He's probably surfing that Feather Club for Crow's site at the speed of light right now. Yeah, it just blows me away, all this information age hype you hear about, and yet it's all games and Feather Lost sites that are driving the technology. Yeah, but I think tech bust survivors can thrive if they get viable business models. Birds are apparently much more intelligent than they ever let us on to believe, at least. Did the esports ever get a Discord allowed? One has not been approved, but also one has not been disallowed. So I think tomorrow I'm going to just send out the link for it to everybody, because by that point it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission by that point. I mean, the high school does exactly the same thing, so it's not like we aren't doing anything that doesn't have precedence already, but yeah. I've been really depressed lately thinking about the depletion of fossil fuels. Yeah, tell me about it. We've got to come up with a renewable energy source before that happens. Like wind or hydroelectric. I think solar energy probably has the greatest potential. Seriously, birds are apparently a lot more intelligent than we've ever given them credit for. Okay, but we're going to keep on going. Our goal is to find someone that knows more about, the identity of the thing that managed to steal our identity. Alas, this twilit town is too full of pain and contradiction, too full of broken dreams. Perhaps I was only given wings so that I could flee the terror of mundanity. Anyone else? I don't think so. I think there's just this pair over here. Yeah. There we go. Wait, hold on. Apparently that didn't work. There we go. So that Mario guy meeting with the mayor, he's actually the bad guy, right? And nobody even knows. Humans are so dumb, it makes me want to peck their noses. The only soul that knows the bad guy's name is locked under Creepy Steeple, I hear. Because, you know, no one knows your name, then you can use unstoppable magic. But if someone says your real name to you, then your magic will stop working. So I wonder how all this is going to end up then. There we go. Did you hear that? If we search under Creepy Steeple, maybe we can find out that guy's real name. Let's go to Creepy Steeple. So now we're going to head back towards the area that the big bad boss was. We're going to go to a different part of Creepy Steeple than we got to access before. Hey, what's up, Slick? I would have done this back in town, but that wouldn't have looked very good, would it have? There's Mario. So, this is the one who stole your name and body. He looks sort of familiar to me. Here's the deal. You get your chance, then I stomp you. If you can guess my real name, you can get your body back. Fire away, no name. Now remember, once again, the letter P is currently missing on this set. So, even if we knew this guy's real name, I'm going to let you know right now, his name has the letter P within it, and it just doesn't work. Never mind, I can stay. The stream ain't starting yet. Okay, nice. Happy to have you, Green Rescue Leader. So we're going to go ahead and just put in kind of a little fake name here. Wrongamundo, little nobody. Who'd name their kid that? Prepare for Doom, Slick. Don't even think about running from battle. Which, of course, is exactly what we're going to do. Roblox does an invitation awards where you can see the best content creator in games. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of a good way of, like, showcasing all the people that have done pretty hard work for your company and for your game platform. All right. Must have been hiding in ambush, waiting for you to show up. Okay. Let me quickly check what badges I've got equipped. Yeah, this is fine. I'm fine with these badges. But I am going to have to get into a few combats here to kind of remember how in the world Vivian works in combat. Because I'll be honest, I've kind of forgotten. I remember that they punch and that it makes fire, but I don't remember how that happens. Press the button that appears on screen, okay? There we go. All right, that isn't so bad. I love seeing you fight. It is really fun. Like, I do like the fighting in this game. Also, all the stylish moves that I do, like, you don't technically need to do them. It is very much, it's kind of just like me showing off, to be honest. Because it's so second nature nowadays. Like, the stylish moves that I do in between the attacks, it's only meant to recharge your star power up in the top section. But, I just do it without really thinking about it. Which is, it's fine, right? It's fine. It doesn't distract away from the game. I know that if I was speedrunning, it would actually be a bad idea to be doing that, because I'm pretty sure in speedrunning, the stylish moves actually slow down combat overall. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they do. Oh, wow. I'm just really bad at this. Okay, come back. There we go. Nice. But yeah, combat is one of the best things about the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door game, just because it is so... Like, the sound is great, the music is great, the sound effects are great whenever you're attacking. The fact that there's this audience here that, like, interacts with your battle is really fun. I want for Xmas, I hope to get Paper Mario the 1000 Year Door. Oh, I really hope that you do get it. It's a fun one. Do you have a Gamecube or a Wii that you'd be able to play it on? That's perhaps the more important part of that, right? I imagine, well, the Wii U isn't backwards compatible with GameCube games, is it? Because you were mentioning playing Color Splash before, so I imagine you have a Wii U. But I don't think the Wii U could play GameCube games, right? Okay, if you have a Wii, then yeah, that would work just fine for you. Okay, we're just gonna run past this, guys, because I don't feel like taking off the badge just to be able to fight one spike enemy, dude. Okay, there we go, off and away, and back towards Creepy Steeple. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many more fights I'm gonna get into along the way, because I don't think I really need to get into too many, right? I think for the most part, it's, like, other than, of course, this fight I did because, first off, the Daisy was just kind of running directly at me, so I had to do something. But also, even if I just, like, ran past them, the area that I need to go is I need to turn myself sideways here and start walking back, and that's really slow. Like, that's just asking to get attacked while I'm doing that. But past that, yeah, I'm going to try to run past all these guys, because there's not really a good reason to fight them. I'm only getting, like, 1 experience point from most of them anyway. So, yeah. Paper Mario, the Origami King, is a step in the right direction in the battles. There's people watching and partners. Yeah, you are right on that one. Origami King was... I did feel like they did a lot of similar things to what I really liked back from the original games. You're hoping that the next game will go back to the original. That's what I'm hoping, because I do really like the way that this game is set up. Like Paper Mario, Paper Mario 64 and the 1,000-Year Door, they both had a really fun... Like, I like the battle mechanic here. The thing I'm worried about is that they've gone so far with Paper Mario now where it's like, you know, the attacks are based off of bigger numbers, you know, like doing 27 damage to each enemy or 54 damage to each enemy as you keep on jumping down, right? I don't think we're going to go back to simple numbers like this, which is a little sad, because I like it when it's simple numbers like this. Okay, here we go. All right, this fella here. Okay, it does let us flip them over. That's pretty good. They have a lot more health than they did back in Paper Mario 64. Paper Mario 64, the beetles were enemies in Dry Desert, and they only had like 2 health on them. Wah! Oh boy. There's one spiky version of the guys among them, so I should be careful about that. Okay, now that they've both been flipped over, let's have... Vivian will go and attack this one. I think it'll defeat it. Good, so they have 7 or less health. That's good to know. Somewhere between 4 and 7 health. So 5, 6, or 7 HP. That's how much health they have. We can deal with that. I hope the big fan makes it in the next game, because it's been in every game since Sticker Star. Yeah, I remember the big fan being a part of that game, and I also remember being really confused by it. Just like, wait, what is going on here? Like, I didn't know how to best use it in combat. Apparently, you could have used it during a couple of bosses, and it made the fight a lot easier. I only ever used it in, like, one fight that I think was kind of essential for. Okay, there we go. All right, something else I want to point out. Do you see how all these stage spotlights have now turned toward us? I think next turn they may be queuing up to actually, like, attack us with confetti and smoke and stuff like that. Oh no. Ooh boy, this is bad. Okay. I don't think I have any way to attack that dude, unless I use my special, like Earth Tremor. I mean, we can do that. That'll be fine. Okay, our goal is we have to do... Oh gosh. Because I think at maximum I can do 6 damage, right? I'm not sure if this will actually flip them over. I don't know. I hope it will. But I can't be certain. Uh-oh. Okay, it did 4 damage, but they didn't flip over, which means... Oh, no. Dang it. This is bad. The sound effects when you're picking your attack is so good. It's making me crazy. There we go. Okay, so that's one way. Oh, they had 5 HP exactly. Whew. Thank goodness. Yeah, I do like the... Oh my goodness. The sound design, the sound engineering of this game. It's on point. It's so good. Okay, I think something we'll need to keep in mind is I want to pause the game as quickly as I can so that I'll be able to attach So I'll be able to take off the Jumpman badge and put on... There we go. I'm taking off the Jumpman badge. Come on, there he is. So I can put on the hammer badge that lets me flip everyone over. Quake Hammer? That's it. Yes. Oh my goodness, the foe struck first again. You judge a game by its menu sound effects. I mean, it's not a bad thing to judge it by. The truth of the matter is, if you're looking at how detailed a game is by something like that measure, like that's not a bad way to do it. Ah, dang it. I'm trying to do the super guard each time, and I realize that I'm like, yeah, I'm failing on all but that last one. I'm failing pretty badly. Oh well. Never had a menu sound effects bad. They're always good. Yeah. I mean, it is you know, Gosh, sorry, I keep on like distracting myself with the attempt of getting off the super defend that allows me to hurt the enemy. Ah, one off. Oh well. But yeah, when it comes to media, when it comes to video games, when it comes to movies and stories and stuff like that, I think the stuff that always impresses me the most are the small things that they didn't need to do, but they did just because like it increased the production value of it. Even if no one ended up ever noticing it. There was, gosh, what is the guy's name? There's, gosh, a really, like, smart, well thought out, there's a YouTuber that has, generally, like, really well thought out opinions, over how things work and all these sorts of things. They're kind of a meme. It's the one where it's, the guy, I'm forgetting his name. It's the guy that's like, I'm here in the da-da-da-da-da, like, in this, like, new place, right? Oh, gosh, I'm gonna get hit by a rock. I'm forgetting his name, gosh. Kind of thin guy, English, messy blonde hair. I'm totally forgetting his name, and I feel really bad about it, because he's such a cool guy. But he had a video that he did not too long ago, where he talked about, there was a BBC show that, there was a BBC show that was on when he was younger that, there we go. There was a BBC show on that he was younger that would, like, show the bloopers and the outcasts, I mean, the mistake reels of a bunch of, like, British TV shows, and how interesting it was. The theme, like, the opening theme sequence of one of them, had all these, like, really small editing details that were just super interesting, because they didn't need to be there. They just were there, and, like, really increased the production value for anyone that bothered to actually be looking at it. That's very much the way that I think about a lot of types of media and video games and stuff like that. If you're doing the really small things that don't matter so much overall, but lend itself to a better production value, to something that looks more realistic or feels more impressive, that can be really cool. That's what what I quite often recommend to my students whenever we start to do, like, whenever we start to make videos for classes, or whenever we start to get really into the editing side of things. Because you can kind of phone it in on a lot of video editing, right? Like, if you want to, you can just stick a camera down in front of someone, say, okay, say these lines, and just have them start talking and be done with it. But the really good movies and films and, like, YouTube video clips and stuff like that, they're the ones that add in, like, small little details to make something just a little bit more impressive or believable, or something like that, right? Like, this is not me saying that this is something, like, extremely impressive right now, but one thing that I definitely added in on my stream that I didn't need to is, see on this frame how there's this glint that goes across it, right? Every once in a while. Just a running, like, it looks essentially as though, like, there's a sheen of light running across it. Like, I didn't need to add that in, right? It could have just been that I made this little frame, but there's something that I just like about the sheen going across it every once in a while that makes it just seem a little more, like, animated and activated rather than just a still picture, right? Just little things like that. Okay, Power Plus. Oh, there's another one of those. Oh, that's gonna be very tempting to put on. Okay. The steeple key, lovely. And the letter P, a letter needed to get Mario's name and body back. Here we go. Good morning, good morning! And if I go ahead and shrink myself down.
What happened to those weirdos who were just here? Whatever. It was almost nice to have some company. I mean, no matter how important it is that no one knows his real name, locking me up in here just because I know it, and making me guard the name's stupid missing letter, no way to treat a parrot. I really want a cracker. Dupless, you're a big meanie. When's feeding time, huh?
What's a movie you hate? Mine is Willy Wonka. Ooh. Gosh. Movie that I dislike. That's a difficult one, because generally, whenever I'm talking about like movies, there's almost always something like impressive that they've managed to put together, right? Even if it's not really your cup of tea. As a multimedia teacher, I often need to be looking for the good in movies, right? But yeah, Dupless. That's the guy's name. But gosh, like, what's a movie that I actually, like, do not like? That'd be a good question. I think most of the time, I've managed to avoid movies that I don't like simply because, if I wouldn't like it, people generally warn me about it. Like, I normally don't go and watch movies, like, right off the bat, just out of nowhere. Normally, I watch it off of a recommendation, or I watch it because it's something that I've researched and figured out that it might be able to help me teach something better in my class a little bit, right? Like Klaus, for instance. Klaus is a movie on Netflix that when I was looking up details about, for my multimedia class, about like animation and storyboarding and stuff like that, like the movie Klaus popped up in part of my research, especially because YouTube has released so many videos about the creation of that and the process that they went through while creating it. So yeah, like it's very rarely that I ever watch a movie just out of nowhere. Oh, I actually do have a movie that I think I can say is my least favorite movie. Oh, you just brought up the Super Mario movie. Even that one, like, although there's a lot of parts of it that are cringy, it's not that I outright hate it. It's that I think that, gosh, I haven't seen it enough times, to be honest, to be able to remember what's good and what's bad about it. But that definitely is one that can and should be brought up as an example of a bad movie, I guess. Remember that? Oh, the Milk Mario 64 commercial. I don't think I ever saw that commercial. So you're not making me feel old. You're just making me feel like I missed some part of culture. No, a movie that... Oh gosh, I just had it in mind. Come on. What was it? I had just thought of it. Yes, there it is. Okay. It's... I'm pretty sure the name of it is something like A Boy Called Christmas, or something like that. Yeah, I want to say it's that. A Boy Called Christmas. So, the reason why I hate it, this is a movie that I just, like, watched out of nowhere, because I was like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. It was on, I guess it was on Netflix? It must have been on Netflix, because it was around the same time that I found Klaus. So because I had recently watched Klaus on Netflix, it suggested this other movie to me called The Boy Called Christmas. And the header of it, like the picture that pops up whenever you're considering watching a movie, right? The header of the movie made it look like it was a 3D, like, animated film. And I was looking at this and thought, like, wow, this is actually, like, really detailed, like, animation. I kind of want to see if this is also, like, good animation that I could, try to use as an example of something in my multimedia class, right? So I started to watch it, and very quickly, it starts off in the real world, right? Somewhere like streets of London or something like that sort of thing, right? It starts off in the real world, and it has whoever the actress is that was McGonagall in the Harry Potter movies. It's her. It starts out with her, like, being a nanny, basically, called in to help out with babysitting these kids on Christmas Day or something like that had recently had their mother pass away or something like that. Like, it's a very weird introduction to things. But it is what it is. And so she starts to tell this story, right? And so it's like live action up to this point, but I was like, okay, maybe once the story starts, maybe that's when it'll become this animated feature, right? And so I finally wait. She starts to tell this story to them, and it starts off with, in the country of Finland, a long time ago. And I was like, yes, Finland! Because I have a lot of ties to Finland. Like, I know the Finnish language. I love Finland. It's just beautiful. I've lived there quite a while. It's great. It's a fantastic place. And so I was certain I was gonna hear this, like, Finnish culture movie. Something that had, like, researched how, like, how Finland celebrates Christmas. Maybe it was gonna have some parts of, like, their culture about, like, joulupukki and things like that. Joulupukki being, like, Father Christmas, Santa Claus, right? It was like the boy called Christmas, like Father Christmas, Santa Claus. Like, this will be perfect. It's gonna be a Finnish. No, it was not. It was not a movie that had anything to do with Finland. In fact, there were characters. There were only like 2 characters in the whole movie that had a Finnish name, and both of them were getting mispronounced all the time. It was so annoying. The scene in Willy Wonka that you don't like, it's the scene, makes you feel weird. Your body wants to jump out the window. The wallet scene? I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about the newer Willy Wonka one with, like, Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka, I've never seen that one. I've only seen the Gene Wilder one. Okay, here we go. We know the character's name now, and we have the letter P. Okay, Dupliss. There we go. Which, I never understood this name when I was younger, and I only just realized it now. Dupliss. First off, it does sound kind of like a double, right? A duplicate or something like that. But also, another word at the same root of it is duplicity, which is like someone like lying, being kind of like two-faced about things. Duplicity, or duplicitous. Yeah. Oh, the blueberry scene. Oh, the violet. That's what you're saying. Violet, where she balloons up big. I remember that scene. No, why, how? I'm feeling faint. There he goes, running off, and then running right back towards the creepy steeple. Okay. So, he's gone back to creepy steeple to hide, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have to, quickly, like, restore, some of our resources here. Like, I'm running a little bit low on health. After this, I'm gonna have to burn my eyes out again. Ew. I've never hated a movie that much where I've, like, had a physical reaction to it, right? But A Boy Called Christmas, that one I didn't like because it just betrayed so much of my expectations, and I wanted it to be so much better, and it just wasn't. Yeah. There were even some things that just outright didn't make sense in the story of it. Like, one of the characters' names, one of the only Finnish names, I'm pretty sure her name was like Lumi, which is snow. And so it talked about, like, Lumi chasing the snow. And I was like, that would not work in, like, a Finnish bedtime story. You wouldn't say Lumi chases the snow. Like, that wouldn't make sense to a Finnish kid. They'd be like, they'd be wondering why in the world someone is named after the very thing that's another important part of the story. Like, imagine if the story of Snow White actually had her, like, running through, like, snowy mountains. It would be like, okay, well, Snow White, let's just call her Snow. Snow trudged through the snow, right? It's like, wait, what? Why would you? No, you wouldn't name a character after, like, an important feature of something else in the same story. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, so there were a lot of things that I was just like, it just didn't make sense to me, and it made me, like, really not like the movie because it did, like, it broke my expectations. My expectations were this was going to be, like, a really cool finished story, and it wasn't. It was just annoying how it pretended, like, it felt as though it was trying to be exotic by making it be about this place in this country that not too many Americans have heard of before, right? Who would make a story about Finland? That's so unique. So it felt like it was just kind of, it was only set in Finland because they wanted to, to make it feel like an exotic place. And since it is technically like, the story is that like Finland is actually where Santa Claus lived, like in a place called Rovaniemi, right on the Arctic Circle itself, is where Santa's village is. And so like foreigners will come to visit Santa's village there, and the Santas that they employ like speak so many languages, so they can actually say like, have you been a good child, Merry Christmas, stuff like that, in like every language practically. It's really cool, all the work that they put into it. But yeah, you've never watched Snow White. It's definitely an older one. I haven't seen the Titanic either, since that's another thing that you mentioned. I haven't seen the Titanic. I know that it's, you know, really popular and supposed to be extremely impressive for what it is, but yeah, no, I've just never seen it. I'm just choosing to run away from this fight. It's not worth it. I'm only getting like one star point from each fight, and it's not paying off. The amount of work that I'm putting into it is not being returned by the rewards. It's a good movie. I see, yeah. Hey, bite-sized glitches. Welcome, welcome. So we are finally just about to beat the 4th world of Paper Mario: A Thousand Year Door. Because we beat the boss already. We then had our name was stolen by the boss. Sorry, the reason you see me keep on like swatting things away is because I have 2 flies in here that are just annoying me, and I'm trying to swat them away from my device and from my whole setup here. Anyway, yeah, so we fought the boss. The boss stole our identity, as Mario. Stole our name, stole our body. All of our partners are following him right now because they think that that's him. It's not too good for us. So we managed to figure out the guy's name, which is how he essentially had enough power to steal our name and body, was because like he had all this magic because no one knows his name. So yeah, what we're able to do now that we know his name, we told it to him. He freaked out, kind of like Rumpelstiltskin-esque sort of vibes, right? And here we are now, able to go and fight off the boss. He ran away back to the creepy steeple. So I think once we defeat him here, that is the end of this world, and we beat the 4th chapter of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Oh man, I haven't had to deal too much with wasps before, so I'm pretty lucky about that. Wasps, bees, I haven't been stalked by those much in my life, which is very good, because they would probably be a lot more annoying. Okay, yes, I think we have everything we need. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put back on the badge that lets me have Jumpman. There we go. 1 more power when jumping. You hate wasps, they're creepy. Yeah, they're not kind. I recently had wasps making a nest right outside of my front door, but thankfully I had just enough like wasp spray provided by my folks who live not too far away from me, that I was able to take out the nest, and like it was pretty quick, and there wasn't really any damage done overall. Thank goodness, right? Okay, Mario, the guy who stole your name and body is Mario. That means you're Mario? Yeah, actually. I can't believe it. All this time I was helping Mario. I feel like an idiot. Remember, Vivian, her goal with the Shadow Sirens is to specifically try to defeat Mario, because she's with the evil people right now. Don't expect any sympathy from us. So she's just gonna run away because she can't be seen helping Mario, right? Okay. We're gonna leave Goombella out in this fight. We're not gonna try to defeat Goombella, because it's gonna be so much better if we just leave him do that. Oh, I have defense. Because I never ranked her up, she's only doing 1 damage at a time, and I have defense plus, which increases my defense by 1. Nice and easy then. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna hurt her anyway because I think it's more fun that way. I'm sorry, sis. This Mario is the only person who's ever been kind to me. There we go. Vivian joined us again. Mario, I'm fighting by your side from now on. And I've made my choice. I'm not turning back. Nice. Okay. So this fight will be a little bit faster now. We'll also get a chance to get our 1 HP back. There we go. Look at that. We got literally 1 HP back and 2 members of the audience. And that's the entire benefit of the... Oh, we didn't even get 2 more audience members. All of that just gave us literally 1 HP and that was it. Whatever. Okay. Here we go. Dang it. Alright. Yeah, this is going really well for us because it's just... It's not like he's able to do any real lasting damage. Oh, speaking of these flies just buzzing around. Oh, hey, wait, there we go. One, like, actually tried flying up my nose earlier today, and I was like, ah! Like, I was freaking out. Oh, wait, did I just get double experience from this guy? Hold on. Did I just get double the star points? Yes! We got 40 star points from this. Oh, that's so good. Oh, man. There we go. And there goes Dupless. Huh? Hooray! You should have known because I'm dressed up like Wario right now. Why did none of you realize that it wasn't me? What? He ran away. I mean, wait. What the heck was going on here? That wasn't the real Mario? Did we get shell-winked? How could I ever mistake my dear Mario for another? Oh, silly Flurry. So, who's this girl, huh? Isn't she one of the Shadow Sirens you guys mentioned? Why would Gonzalez pair up with one of these creeps? Well, Mario speaks up for her. Oh, Mario, thanks for sticking up for me. Well, thanks to her, I guess you came through this okay. No sweat, right? Listen, Mario, sorry about earlier. I'd be happy to travel with you if you'll have me. Now she really joined the party. Wario. This is for you. There we go. Okay. Art attack. We finally got it. Yeah. So this next world we're about to head towards is not my favorite world, because my favorite world is the Glitz Pit. Chapter 3 is the best chapter, period. Done. Love it. So good. That being said, this next one is the one that I thematically like the most, because we are about to go join a whole bunch of pirates. And it's gonna be awesome. I absolutely love games that let you have and play as pirates. So, all right, we're gonna save all of our game up to this point. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's right.
Vivian is so very late. Where's that scatterbrain been all this time?
And there goes Dupless running on past. Color Splash also has a pirate stage. Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't think that Super Paper Mario has a pirate stage at all. I think that's one game that they didn't have it. Yes, sir, quite sure. I've poured over all of our research of the 1,000-year door, and it appears the sealing power has definitely been weakening, as Beldam said.
Finally, the treasure of legend, the great ancient power of darkness will be ours. Listen and listen well. Keep giving the Crystal Star Search top priority, and of course, that also includes the elimination of Mario, that meddling scum.
Got it, sir.
Soon I will have the power that has slept for a millennium. So very close, and when that glorious day dawns, I'll throw the world into the depths of terror. No one can stop me now. All will kneel before the X-Naught regime. And then I, Grodus, will build a new world. A perfect, ideal world. Yes, a world made by me, about me, and for me.
In Color Splash, it's a whole, like, a world, a whole stage, a whole chapter. Yeah. Heck, did you call me? What shall I do today? Will it be dancing, perhaps? Disguising? Or will I sing a song or something? I am conflicted. Huh? What's wrong, Tech? You don't seem yourself. Which is more important, carrying out an order or protecting a critical person? I exist for the purpose of a certain person. I wish to exist for the purpose of another. I do not know what to do, really. Few minutes before the Roadblocks Invitation Awards. You can't wait. Nice, nice. What do you mean?
No, no, never mind. Please forgive my musings. I do not know why, but it makes me feel unpleasant if I make you worry. Well, in any case, let's have a quiz.
A quiz?
That's right, Princess Peach. Please answer the questions that I am about to ask you. If you can answer 5 questions, you may use the communicator as usual.
What's with you all of a sudden, huh?
Now, the first question. What will happen if you collect 7 crystal stars?
A 1,000-year door opens.
Correct. Now the second question. What is the goal of Grotus, the leader of the Exnon?
To conquer the world. We know this.
Correct. Now, the third question. What is the legendary treasure that waits behind the 1,000-year door?
Tech, is this? Yeah, it's Tech is giving us the answers that we need. By asking us questions, he's actually giving us information.
Princess, please answer. What is the legendary treasure that awaits behind the 1,000-year door?
It's a 1,000-year-old demon's soul.
Correct. Now, the fourth question. What does Sir Grotus wish to do with this ancient demon soul?
Bring the demon back to life?
Correct. Now, the fifth question. What is required to seal up the demon again?
Crystal stars?
Correct. You have correctly answered all 5 questions. Now you may use this communicator.
Heck, was it okay for you to tell me such a thing?
Please input the message you wish to send.
Technically, he didn't tell us these things. He quizzed us over them, and it just so happens that the right answers gave us information about what the purpose of Grotus is, what's behind the 1,000-year door, and how it is we can potentially stop that threat. So, I kind of like how Tech is kind of, like, independently, autonomously thinking for himself here. He's realizing that if he really does care about people, if he really cares about Princess Peach, for instance, that doing something like this is the best way that he can protect her. You're still a weird computer, Tech.
Good night, Princess Peach.
There we go. We're saving all the game data. Progress saved. Ugh. Still so tired. Oh, that's right. Here we go.
My lord, I have received reports of a great secret in the floating town of Glitzville. Let's ride the cheap blimp there now. Come on! You there, 2 tickets, 1 great and evil king and 1 sweet young thing.
Good gravy! Bowser, the evil king, and a deluded old hag. Life's too short! He just runs.
What did he just say? Hey, come back here, you impudent little cheapskate. Hey, I'm talking to myself. Where'd Lord Bowser go?
That's right. We don't need to take the blimp. We have a flying machine.
Forget that wimpy blimp. I'll be riding this, baby. I snuck into Glitzville once before, so I know the way. No problemo. You should go easy on your old limbs and take the slow ride on the blimp, Grandma.
Hopping away he goes. And he destroys the broom as he goes.
Wait, Lord Bowser, please. Aw, now my special dirigible deluxe brown bag cami lunch will go to waste.
So Bowser slowly makes his way towards Glitzville in his flying machine. Unfortunately, the flying machine running out of fuel. And down he falls. Down into the water. Sorry, I just smacked the fly in the air. It's traveling really slowly. Okay, here we go. I forgot that this was a level set out this way. Wait, what the? It didn't... Did you all see that? It didn't let me actually swim back up again. Ugh. That's annoying. Okay.
There we go.
Yeesh. I forgot how annoying it can be to...
There we go.
Okay. Oh, what the... That's fine. Here we go. Yes, it is a clown car that we were just in. Okay.
That was terrible. I gotta get in shape.
Oh, it's Bowser the Koopa King. He'll eat us. Somebody help. Off and away they run. Cammy Koopa comes back having enjoyed her time at Blitzville. He's gotten like Rock Hawk memorabilia and a bunch of balloons.
There you are, Lord Bowser. What are you doing here? I've been looking all over. If I may ask, where have you been, your sogginess?
Swimming.
Really? Neat. As for me, Glitzville was fantastic. The fights were so cool. I was overcome. Why, even at my age, I was shaking when my mama gave me. Then the hot dogs, my gracious, yummerly. You have fun too?
Bowser called himself that.
Lord Bowser, is that no?
It's terrible. I swallowed a dang blooper. It wasn't fun. Now give me some solid info on Princess Peach and the Crystal Stars.
Now!
Off and away he goes. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking. If I remember correctly, the next, like, phase of this area, it's gonna take long enough that we probably won't actually get to the pirate world within the amount of time that we have left. Just because the next part, like, it takes quite a bit of, like, build-up and going back and forth between a couple different locations. So I'm just warning you all right now that my goal is to get to the point where we see pirates. But there is a good chance that that won't happen. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. We get the email from Princess Peach right here. Okay, my dear Mario, I finally learned what the legendary treasure is. It's the spirit of a demon. The Exnauts plan to revive this 1,000-year-old monster and use its power to take over the world. They're collecting the crystal stars so they can open this 1,000-year door. They'll find this demon spirit, but the only thing that can keep it locked away is the crystal stars themselves. You must not let them get the crystal stars. Please, Mario, you must put a stop to their horrible plan. An ancient demon spirit. You would think that Vivian knew about it, because she was a part of the Exnauts. Seems kind of like a bit of an oversight to have her not know what in the world is there. Ah well, it is what it is. Underneath I go. Okay. Then right through here. Okay, our goal is to once again go back down towards the 1,000-year door. Now I do want to get one other thing out of the way first. There is a badge that I can get here now that I have Vivian in my team. Yes. The Exnaut space stage theme is a bop. Oh yeah, that whole thing, yeah, it's a bop. I agree. Oh, dang it. I thought that I had pressed X in time. How did that... What? Whatever. Bring it down. Come back up. Bring it down. Come back up. There we go. Alright. There's the Spike Shield badge. I need that. Because that's what I'm going to need in order to be able to actually jump on anyone that has spikes. Right? Now I'm going to be able to jump on them. As long as I have that badge equipped. So, let's figure out what should I take off in order to get that. It's 3 badge power? Let's sort it by BP needed. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my next level up get up my badge power. Because if I have my next level up get up my badge power, Then I'll just be able to equip the spike badge without worrying about anything else. Okay. All right, there we go. Ooh, you know what would be kind of fun? I'm thinking after we, Wait, no, never mind. Okay, I was going to say we could consider, us trying to go through the Pit of 100 Trials for a little bit of time. But I realize that that is probably not the best of ideas. Can you do more battles? I like seeing the RPG battles. Oh, dang it. Your question and my thought exactly line up. I didn't even see your request for can I do more battles. You like seeing the RPG battles. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to get to the area where I'm able to gather a partner, and then I will do some of the some of the Pit of 100 Trials. I'm going to get the new partner, and before I go off to here, where a bunch of pirates live, I will go ahead and I will do some of the Pit of 100 Trials. We'll see how far I get into it. All right. Yep, so now we're learning about an island. This should do it for us. Okay. Okay, Professor Frankly. What? That was written in Princess Peach's email?
The legendary treasure is actually the spirit of an ancient demon. Now those fiends want to use the power of the crystal stars to resurrect it? How bone-chilling. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. This is rather long, so you better listen well. Are all of you ready? And you there in front of the TV, you listen up too.
This chapter, they decide to break the fourth wall a couple of times. It happens like at least once more, I think twice more in this chapter, where they'll specifically say, hey, like, for this part, you have to listen up. You in front of the TV, you too. Did someone pile drive your head or what? I don't see any TV here, nutjob.
Oh, never you mind. Don't worry about such trivial details. Just listen. The great cataclysm that I read about in that book may well refer to this demon. It says that a monster destroyed a large town that once stood on this very area. It also says that the 7 crystal stars were actually created by this monster, and that this thing used the power of the crystal stars to try to control the world. According to this book, the demon was defeated in the end by 4 heroes, but only the beast's physical form was destroyed. Its spirit could not be eradicated. So the heroes used the crystal stars which they had stolen from the demon, and they cast the evil beast into the depths of a vast maze and sealed the exit. From this, I gather that the crystal stars cannot distinguish good from evil. So if they're all united, they could either seal away or resurrect the demon. It seems that who wields the crystal stars determines if they're used for evil or good.
So we should gather them. Even if we do find them all, someone could just steal them all and revive that monster. Maybe we ought to just stomp the heck out of them and throw the pieces away.
That was my first thought too, but further research suggests we can't do that. There's a slight possibility that the 1,000-year door is weakening. It seems the crystal star holds the power to seal the beast for another 1,000 years. So once 1,000 years pass, the power to keep the door sealed shut will fail. And unfortunately, this year may be the 1,000th year. Bad luck, huh? The fact that those goons want the stars now may be a coincidence, but maybe not. In other words, we must be ready for the demon's return, even if the X-Nauts fail.
Okay, where's the next one at?
It appears to be somewhere on Keelhull Key. I'm none too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know, the usual stuff, vengeful spirits full of hatred, evil curses, things like that. I'm sure the sea salt's down by the harbor no more. You should head there first.
All right. Oh, that's right. The atomic boo is an enemy I'll never get to fight again. All right. Okay. I wish you luck at those invitation awards. I hope you get to see things you like. So, we are gonna head on over this way. Oh, here's Luigi. I forgot.
Well, I headed to Circuit Break Island and got me a marvelous compass piece. You won't believe it, bro. Talk about thrills, chills, and spills. Let's talk about Circuit Break Island. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the award ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there on the trophy they gave to the winner, it was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The carts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles were armed with missiles and bazookas. It was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out there. Pronto, these drivers were crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway. And my race day finally came. I got one of the best carts, the big green 01. I took my position at the start line. The light went green, I stopped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I went in reverse. The big green 01 went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me, hard enough to cut me off mid-screen. In one fell swoop, I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. All the other carts crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only car left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off the trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me towards Jazzafraz town in the east. Then I heard that voice. Princess Eclair's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess. Random words would form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair. Oh, sorry about that, bro. After that, I got back on my boat and came back here to Rogueport, and that's what's been up with me. Alright.
Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't think for a second this dude's telling the full story. The only reason I lent him my rig was because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happens? He's in it for 1 second before it completely totals it. Idiot. I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he repairs me the 5,000 coin repair cost.
There we go. Monetary wealth gives me freedom, yes, and freedom grants me wealth of spirit. And yet, why is it that a man whose life is unchanged must always long for yet more? What is missing from my life? These tears at my very insides. I must know, what do I lack? Probably thrills. Thrills, you say, huh? I suppose one does need some thrills every now and then. There is nothing like the feeling of being alone on a mountain, shivering to death. Ah, no, foolish Flavio. Not chills, you silly man. What I need are thrills. Wait, hold the horses. This is it. Now that I am thinking of it, I once heard of the treasure of Cortez, the pirate king. Ah, yes, this is the answer. Oh, such happiness for me. A hunt for pirate treasure. Why, that just shrieks of romance and thrills and emotion and even money. Do you not know the tale? The pirate king's treasure hidden on Keelhaul Key? Ah, well, tales say that the pirate king Cortez hid his hoard of pirate booty there. For years, treasure hunters and ruffians have gone there in search of the loot, but not a single one of them has ever returned. Oh, the horror makes my back tingle. People here whisper that the ghost of Cortez attacks all who seek his treasure. Eek! It is because of those very rumors that people no longer go to Keelhaul Key. But that will not stop Flavio. That treasure is there, yes, and I am going to prove it. For I am Flavio, trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the 7 seas. What is that you are saying? You are looking for treasure here in Rogueport? Why talk of such craziness? There isn't anything like that in this dull armpit of a town. You cannot be believing each stupid rumor which treasures some street urchin spews out. No. Now, what madness comes bursting from your mouth? You have a treasure map? Well, hand it over. Rather, I mean, show me. You are having a joke on me. This map leads straight to Keelhaul Key. You swine! You mean to steal my treasure out from under me, you awful, awful man? Well, now I am confused. You're looking for these things known as crystal stars? But now that I am thinking, a star-shaped stone was said to be in Cortez's hoard. Perhaps I could sell it for a staggering amount of cash. Yes, it would be... Ha! Stop such thoughts, Flavio. What you need is romance, thrills, and emotion. I cannot ignore what this business before me suggests. This must be fate at work. Flavio shall go with you to Keelhaul Key. Of course, the crystal star is yours, yes, but the rest of the treasure is mine. Huh? You must repeat that. Flavio's ears are plugged. You have no ship? Ha! Ha 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 ha! You unfortunate foolish man, do you not know who I am? I will have a ship ready in no time, and it will be massive and glorious. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Let us begin preparations immediately, shall we? I will volunteer myself as our intrepid captain, yes? And you will be captain. Ah, danger and adventure tickle my nostrils. Come to the harbor, right away. I should maybe not have used that voice with that guy. That's actually very difficult to maintain as a voice. Okay. Alright. I think we're good to go then. Okay. So, we're gonna head towards the harbor. Got to go, it's starting. Bye. Okay, be seeing you. I will be around 8:30 or so is when I probably will be playing the RPG battles just nonstop.
The raw majesty of her hull, the elegant curve of her prow. This proud ship can... Ah, yes, did you speak? Yes, the problem that has sprung up. We have no navigator. He ran off the dog. So, the waters around Keelhaul Key are deadly dangerous. We need an absurdly skilled helmsman for our navigator. Oi, Flavio. Heard you talking there, sir. If you don't mind me saying, I might have a solution. Do not tease me, Papatch. You can solve our problem, then spit it out already. Well, sir, I've heard talk of a legendary sailor living in Rugport. Yeah, I think it's called Admiral Bobbery, a salty old sea dog by all accounts, but he's said to have the helmsman's touch, sir. He can make any ship bow to his will. Thing is, there ain't a soul what's seen of him on the seas of late. Bassa-boom! Problem solved. Let us scout out this Bobbery fellow and get him on board. As is customary, my captain will handle all negotiations. That will be you, Mario. That does sound fair to everyone, does it not? No complaints. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, aye. Good plan. Sure thing. Then it is decided. You must bring this Bobbery and find this Bobbery and bring him here. Our fortune sails with you. Pleased to meet, your acquaintance.
This guy should seem somewhat familiar. So, Lord Crump or whatever his name is. But he's in disguise, which means we can't recognize that it's him. Right? Oh, boy. Oh, I forgot. Anyway. There was a guy that we could have invested money in earlier, and I think we missed him. Oh, well. It is what it is. Let me quickly see what badges you've got, huh? I'm gonna get this attack. Yeah. Attack sound effects. Alright. And then I can just very quickly attach it. Yep. Like so. Beautiful. Okay. That's right. I have to go search out Bobbery. Thankfully, it's pretty straightforward, actually, how to get to them. Before I get too much further, I just kind of want to double check. I felt like there was a way to get up that set of chests, but I guess not. Anyway, so there's a way on the other side over here that will allow me to actually go ahead and get over to where Bobbery is hiding. The other day I saw this man jumping from roof to roof. Man, he was so dashing, but you know, actually, he might have been a bandit. Maybe that's why he was sneaking into chimneys. So we've been told there's a guy that travels from roof to roof, sneaking into chimneys. Piece of star. And then shine sprite. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh man, this guy over here. Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm called Grifty, the Traveling Minstrel. Huh. Okay, wait a second. These are the legends of the people, like the 4 heroes from way back in the day. I'm actually going to listen to all these. Why not? I'm going to kind of very quickly go through it. Ages ago, a city flourished here in peace and splendor, but it was destroyed in a single day by a demon from the dark beyond. Historians claim a great calamity befell the city, but nay, 'twas a demon. The city sank below ground, and 1/4 of the old city became the demon's den. This demon put fear into the hearts of all men and sent out minions to take the land, and its den, its palace, grew rich with the treasure stolen from all over the world. For the crystal stars, here we go. In order to increase its already formidable power, the demon created crystal stars to hold the essence of the heavens. One of these stars was placed in each country to exert the demon's influence. One of the stars built to contain these stars still stands near Petal Meadows. Interesting. The hero who arose. One day there came a hero who could vanquish the felled demon. A young toad from Petal Meadows was strong of arm but shy of voice. All those around the boy teased him endlessly about the way he spoke, but when the demon cast his fearful gaze across the lands and reached out, the young toad used his strength and honor to defend his people, and he became a hero to all despite his odd voice. The Wise Goomba. There was a wise Goomba from Boggly Woods, gifted in knowledge of the world. When beasts rose to take the woods, this knowledge helped the people fight them, and this Goomba, who knew the way that every monster would attack, she began to think of a way to banish all monsters from the land. Stalwart Koopa. A Koopa who traveled the world alone learned of the darkness covering the land. He went alone wherever evil dwelt, and banished it with shell and sheer bravado. The monsters grew to fear this scar-riddled Koopa who thwarted them at every turn, but the brave Koopa was finally taken in a trap set for him by the monsters. But then, a Boo who fought with the monsters came and used her magic to free him. the brave Koopa spirit had melted the heart of the cold Boo lass. The four heroes. The Boo used her powerful magic to learn more about the evil they faced. We cannot destroy this darkness alone, she decided, her face a grim mask. We need the Toad Hero of Petal Meadows and the wise Goomba of Boggly Woods. The Boo's magic drew the four heroes together to send the demon from the world. And so the four heroes finally set out for the Palace of Shadow. The duel with the demon. The power of the world-devouring demon was greater than any could imagine, but the wise Goomba soon realized that this was the power of the crystal stars. She thought of a way to take the stars and use them against the demon. She told the other heroes her plan and set it in motion, banishing their fears. The Boo's magic and the Toad's strength created a gap in the demon's defenses. At that moment, the brave Koopa seized the stars and succeeded in badly damaging the demon. The demon sealed within. But even the brave Koopa's stroke was not enough to end the demon's reign. The wise Goomba thought of another use for the crystal stars in that dire hour. She suggested sealing the demon forever with the crystal stars. All agreed. The heroes matched their strengths with the power of the crystal stars, and they successfully sealed the demon's soul within the deepest parts of the palace. Together, they made it so that only all 7 stars could break the seal. All becomes legend. After the demon was sealed within the Palace of Shadow, many refused to come near that place of terror. But as the years passed, entire generations forgot, and the penniless and the immoral began to congregate in this once barren place. This place soon became a populous harbor, the town of Rogueport, and some even began to say that the underground city held a legendary treasure, but they were unaware that a demon slept beneath them still. That's kind of cool. I don't think I'd ever actually listened to all those stories before, when I played this game before. So that's kind of neat that that's, like, lore built into the game itself. I seem to remember there being what would it be called? A fan theory that all the black treasure chests that exist in the game, the ones that are, like, cursing us and, like, you know, giving us the power to, like, be sideways or roll up into a ball and roll away, or some of the next ones that we're going to run into, right? Oh, the airplane one that we got first, right? That all of these 4 treasure chests are all, like, the remnants, the remaining spirits of those 4 heroes from legend. They were, like, somehow sealed away. And they're actually, like, in their curses, they are actually giving us the strength that we would need to continue fighting. I don't know, that seems like a fan theory, but still. You'll seek Admiral Bobbery? Ever heard of the gent? Take your search elsewhere. Now, away with you. Seek Admiral Bobbery? I'm pretty sure if I use Goombella, that's a Bob-omb sailor. The workers at the dock say he's some kind of legend. It'd be nice if Professor Frankly told us something about him. Oh, okay, there we go. So it looks like Professor Frankly can tell us something about him then. Alright. Bobbery? That old sea dog lives in the east side. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, so we know that it's him. Can we just go back now that we know that for sure that it is him? And say, Professor Frankly told us? There we go. Drop the axe, Superstash. We already found that you're Admiral Bobbery.
What, Poppycock? Tell me, what would you want with me if I were this chap? You say your ship needs a navigator and you want me to do the job, So sorry, but you'll have to look elsewhere. I shall set sail upon the sea, nevermore.
Well, that's just not cool. You want to see me beg or something? Is that it? You have to come along. Only you can get us safely to Kill Hulky.
Awfully sorry, dear boy, but when I say no, what I mean is, no. I shall set sail upon the sea, nevermore. Away with you.
What's the next move, Chief? This salty dude is going nowhere fast. What's his beef with the ocean anyway? We gotta find someone who knows what this dude's deal is. So, there's one more person out here that knows about Professor Bobbery. This is another one of those things where, like, this can take a while in the game. If you don't know what you're doing and you're just trying to talk to everyone around, it may take you a while before you go and talk to this one particular person. You say Bobbery won't go to sea, huh? Well, can't say that surprises me. The real question is, are you folks really sure you want Bobbery back on the water? Oh, that's it. Is that it? Now I see. You want to mount an expedition to Keel Hulky. Rough seas out there. Most sailors would meet their ends. Not old Bobbery, though. The fact of the matter is, Admiral Bobbery's tale is sad. Horribly sad, actually. You'll probably end up crying, but I'll tell it to you if you really want me to. Please do. I can take it. In this case, get ready. Bobbery was once married. He had a wife of enduring beauty named Scarlet. The two of them were madly in love, the sort of love reserved for fairy tales. Now, Bobbery was a renowned sailor, so he was away from home for long periods. Scarlet never complained, though, and always waited faithfully for Bobbery's return. And Bobbery, his eye never drifted. He loved only Scarlet, truly and deeply. So they lived and found happiness where they could, and all was good for a time. But not all things can last. It was a particularly icy winter when it happened. Scarlet fell ill. A virus, a passing gold, no one knew, but it soon turned serious. Bobbery at sea on a long, lonely voyage knew nothing of his bride's suffering. By the time he had returned, Scarlet had succumbed. She was gone. Bobbery, of course, blamed himself. My loving wife perished because of me. If I were not at sea, I could have nursed her to health. I could have saved her. He was overcome with such thoughts. They tormented him always, haunting his sleep. He's never gone out to sea since. Gee, what a downer. Guess that's a pretty good reason for hating the ocean. You all know his tale now, so tell me, do you still want to see him return to the sea? Yes, we have no choice. Very well, I understand. If you're that determined, then I'll give you this. Old letter. The letter Scarlet wrote to Bobbery on her deathbed. On her deathbed, Scarlet wrote Bobbery a final letter. You hold it in your hands. I don't know what's written inside, but I can tell you what she told me as she lay dying. If I should succumb to this plague, and if my love should blame himself for my death, then give this letter to him so that he may hear my voice. It was her last request. But when I saw Bobbery in misery, trying to forget the pain as he mourned his wife, I just couldn't bring myself to present this letter to him. I've regretted it ever since. Please, take this letter and do the deed I was too cowardly to do. Take it to Bobbery. Listen, Podley, thanks a ton. We'll deliver this thing. You feel better, okay? Let's roll with Gonzalez. Yeah. So, that is kind of a sad story that's embedded within this, Paper Mario campaign, but that is the backstory of Bobbery. I did forget. I thought Bobbery was going to become our partner, but he actually doesn't become our partner for a while. And just remembered that. I wanted to have him come and help me in the Pit of 100 Trials. I'm not sure we'll be able to have that happen. Pardon? What you say? For me? A letter? What? Scarlet! This is Scarlet's handwriting. Scarlet, my love. My love, if you are reading this letter, then I'm no longer by your side. Because fate has stepped between us, I've decided to write you this letter. If you're reading this, I must have passed away while you were out to sea. I can only assume that you will blame yourself for it, my sweet Bobbery. Although my life was short, you gave me more than a lifetime's worth of joy. Though you will mourn, I beg that you remember that time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you were with me. Do not lose both your lives, loves. Time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you were once with me. 1,000 pardons, but may I have a moment alone, if you please? Yeah, that's like, we're just kind of letting him have a peaceful moment back there. Yes, love, I was happy. My sweet, sweet Scarlet. I love you still. Now then, you're looking for a navigator, I believe, bound for Keelhaul Key. Humph. You think an old sea bomb like me is what you need? Then let's shove off. Admiral Bobbery, yes. The ship is in the harbor. I must expect her before we leave. I shall meet you there. Okay. Alright, before we head off there, I do think I want to go through a bit of the Pit of 1,000 Trials. 100 trials, gosh. The Pit of 100 Trials, not 1,000 trials. Okay. It'll be pretty easy to do. I might not be at full health right now, though. I just realized that. Yeah, I'm technically missing 2 health. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm sure I won't regret that. I'm praying that I did not just jinx myself. He will soon come to regret his actions. Oh boy. Alright, in order to get to the Pit of 100 Trials, I seem to remember needing... I have to take this way. Either that or I had to come down the other route. Slowly but surely. There we go. And through the gates. Nice. Okay, so I think last time we went all the way down to floor 20. And that was fine. It worked out just fine. Just in case, I'm going to make Koops be my secondary leader. Because if there is someone that that I would have to hammer because they have a spike on their head or something, then that's when I'm going to need Koops. Alright, I'm still getting 1 star point, even from just these guys. That's pretty good. These 2 flies are still buzzing around. Gosh. All right. There we go. I struck first. Hopefully that'll be the end of this. Oh, I see. Jump one more time. I legitimately don't know how many health points those blue Goombas have. Oh well. Now we're up at 90. After 10 more levels, I will level up. After 10 more floors, I will level up. So, it's not all that bad. There we go. Okay, so it was a good thing that I had Koops out. Because if you look at this, right? I am not able to use my hammer. So we will go ahead. Tell you what, we'll just Power Shell. That's faster. Should do, yeah, just enough damage to everyone here. When I do level up, I'm going to get Badge Power. And when I get Badge Power, that means I'll be able to get the Spiky Shield. So in the future, I won't have to worry if I run into a spiked enemy. I'll be able to just kind of have out whatever partner I want to have. There we go. Make sure that they actually get down. Perfect. Very nice. And so good. So, one of the things that I'm realizing as I prepare for esports for my school, right? Because I've mentioned this before, but I'm the esports coach, right? And I'm trying to make this whole program for us to be able to have esports run. It's for the first time in our district. Our district hasn't had a middle school esports program before. So last year was the first year when I tried to make an esports program, right? And it worked all right. It did decently well. I mean, you know, we had our Rocket League team became the state champions. They also got third in nationals for one of the events that we went to there. We had one of our students, our 6th grade students actually, get third place overall in Smash Brothers for the middle school category. Like, it worked really well. We did quite well. This year, I have, well, now it's 97 students. It was 96. Now it's 97 students that have, like, turned in permission slip forms, have signed up to be able to join it. And part of the reason why it's all able to happen is because I have 3 different tournaments that we're participating in this year. One of them being the MSEL, the Middle School Esports League. The Middle School Esports League lets us have as many people as we want joining it, as long as we get them all like signed up and rostered according to things. And here's kind of a funny thing. The accounts I was given, right? Because it was last Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday was when I was able to call our representative and get everything set up so that I could get people signed up for it. They gave me a bunch of accounts because I'm not sure if people know this too often, but if students, you know, if children are like age 13 and under, there are actually pretty strict laws about not collecting their data. So it's the idea of, this is the whole reason why like YouTube Kids is a thing, because they can't take the data of these students. There we go. So they can't sell the students' data online. So that's part of the reason why YouTube has their online a YouTube Kids section where no ads. I think ads still play for them, but the ads aren't off of like data collected and cookies gathered and stuff like that. So it ends up being this whole thing of since they can't collect the data of these students, right? The students that are being able to compete in the MSEL, the Middle School Esports League, the accounts that they gave me all have these names attached to them that are just like default generated names. Adjective, noun. Adjective, noun is how they're all set up. So it's like the curious fennec fox or the energetic bumblebee or things like that. So it's normally adjective, animal, noun. Occasionally, it's a little bit different. Oh, hold on. Oh, he sells... Ah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't realize that he sells items, like, way marked up in price here. Anywho, so, what was I just saying? Oh, yes, one of the categories, one of the account names that I was given for all of this was, oh gosh, the early hagfish. And I just feel so bad for whoever's gonna get that one of this early hagfish. But yeah, it's been really fun setting up all this. The thing is, right now, I'm doing all this for free. The district is not paying me to do this because, again, this is the first year. I mean, last year was the first real year that we had middle schools doing it, right? Before that point, the high school had only done it the year before. So 2 years ago, the high school did it for the first time and had a good amount of success with it. Now we're finally having a chance to do it as well. We started last year, and now, you know, we're slowly growing the program, right? Oh boy. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the reason why I, like, made it, like, a super big program this year was because I wanted to make absolutely certain that it was big enough and loud enough that the district couldn't ignore it. That they couldn't just, be like, oh, like, there's, like, sure, there might be someone running a program at the middle school, but it's barely a good enough program. Like, it's a very small program. It's not a very big one, right? I wanted to make it as big as possible, which is part of the reason why, oh, I didn't realize that would kill it. Part of the reason why, I have these, 97 people now signed up for it. What I'm realizing as I go, though, is if I just keep on running it this big, even if I do manage to get a salary, they're going to expect me to run this program at the same size of it as before, which is a very unfair assumption, because I have spent already, I'm spending normally between 12 and 15 hours per week out of school, like on my own time, in order to get this program and everything that it needs set up. So expecting me to just do that for, say, $1,000 is extremely and wildly unfair. So, I have been putting together a set of videos, basically, where I'll be able to, say, okay, if you pay me this much money, here's what the program will look like. If you pay me this much money, here's what the program will look like. And if you pay me this much money, here's what the program will look like. And it's like scales up and up and up. So that I can make it quite clear that this program has become huge. It's bigger than the football program. I want to make that very clear. At my school, the football program has 90 students in it. 90 students are in the football program. And there are 7 coaches helping them out, right? My program is bigger, and it's just me getting everything sorted out. So definitely, like, the good news is my principal is like 1,000% behind me. Like, he has made it quite clear. When I brought up the other day to him, I was reminding him, hey, like, just in case you don't remember our conversation from near the end of last year, if I'm not getting paid to do this, I only have 1 year left in me this year. Doing it for just free and hoping that my efforts are recognized and that we end up having the program grow because of it, right? Like, there's only so long I'm willing to do this. And he'd remembered that, and he'd gotten together, like, some of the information needed to be able to propose this being a paid position by the school. But not by the school, by the district. And he was the one that actually made the comparison this year to me. When I reminded him, hey, that's what I said. He's like, oh, yes, don't worry. I've already put things the right direction. And I also want to, I want to tell you, like, when it comes to how much you're getting paid, I want you to know that I'm in your corner for you to get a good amount of reimbursement from this, because, and then he made that football comparison. He said, you know, I have 90 students in football that play for a month and a half, and they have 7 coaches over them. But esports is a full year program with 97 students in it now, right? It was 96 when we spoke at the time, but still, right? So it's like I'm doing just as much, and I would argue more work, all by myself, than the entirety of the football coaches, which is sure to get me strung up, and someone would be very mad, I'm certain, to hear that being said by me at the school. But it's true. I mean, they do a football job for a month and a half, and it mostly runs by itself, to be completely honest. It mostly runs itself, because they have 7 coaches. So you've got a head coach, 2 assistant coaches, and then for each grade level, 8th grade and 7th grade level, head coach and 2 assistant coaches, and then they just then there's one other assistant coach that I believe does the logistics of things, like make sure that the schedule is all put out, make sure that they're like contacting for the buses they need and stuff like that, right? Like, it mostly runs itself. The fact that I'm putting in this many hours into such a huge endeavor with no support, because there's nothing already in place that's helping out with this sort of thing, right? There's nothing that's already been done to help out to create an esports program. The resources provided by the different groups that I'm in contact with, even, they don't really help, like, set up an esports program. Gosh! Sorry, the fly, like, flew directly into my ear. Oh, that was annoying. Gosh, dang it. Okay, we're still fine. Stay away! Oh, gosh. But yeah, so it's getting at the point where here's the proposal that I'm planning on making, and it's a bold one. Don't get me wrong; it's a very bold one. But I want to make it. I want to make it quite clear how much work goes into it. So I've been making Google Excel sheets, right, of like cataloging all the amount of time it does to do and perform all these different tasks and objectives and whatnot, right? I've been doing this to be able to catalog a proof of like how hard it is I'm working on these sort of things. And then on top of that, I'm preparing videos going and saying like at what price point I'll be willing to make the program grow. So, and this is me being a little bit bold here. The way I'm going to propose it is I'm going to tell them if my salary is between $1,000 and $1,500, right? $1K and $1.5K. If my salary is in between that price point, where it's basically, that's the same amount of money that I get for being the academic team assistant coach, right? And that's also a full year program, but whatever. The head coach gets paid almost $2,000, $1,900 altogether, right? Now for football, head coach gets paid almost $3,000, and assistant coach gets paid $1,800 or something like that. That's the way that it goes in our district. So, you know, keep that price point in mind when I say this. So if I'm getting paid $1,000 to $1,500, that's the same as the assistant coach of the football program for one of the grades, and it's like I'm doing way more work than one of those people, to make it extremely obvious what I'm trying to say here. So if they pay me just $1,000 to $1,500, somewhere in that range, if they're treating me monetarily wise as though I'm just an assistant coach to a single grade level, even though I'm organizing such large things, the work that I'll do is I'll do this. I will get us enrolled in one of the leagues that we're in right now. specifically, it will be the smallest one. It's the one that our high school is actually involved with, so they can't even be mad at that. They can't even say, oh, well, you're just picking the one that has the least amount of work. No, I'm picking the one that technically leads into our high school the best. But that one, the thing is, I don't know what it is. They absolutely hate middle schools, I think. Like, they offer these things for the middle schools, and it's just, it's not worth it. Because in one semester, first semester of that league, even though it's the same one our high school uses, the first semester of that league, they only are able to play Super Smash Brothers. And even then, only 5 students from our school can qualify for the event of Smash Brothers. So, okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was good timing. Anyway, so, yeah. It's, even though I can bring a fair number of people, I'd probably bring 15 myself. If they're not giving me any sort of help or assistance, then I would just bring 15 people there, let them challenge and fight in the competitions and see if they do well enough, right? Zap tap. That's kind of nice. All right, we're gonna eat this. There we go, and then we're gonna keep on moving. But yeah, if that's the way that they're gonna go about it, then my ultimatum will be, if you're only paying me a very small amount to do a huge amount of work, then I'm not going to actually do a huge amount of work. I'm going to do a very small amount of work. It's going to be 15 students that I bring with me in the first semester to like 2 different activities. They try to qualify. They hope that they're going to be within the top 5 competitors that show up to the events. So they'll be they'll be able to qualify for the playoffs later on and be one of the 5 students that we're allowed to take to playoffs, right? And then second semester, we'll have a team doing... Hold on. Ah, dang it. That would have been really helpful. All right. And then second semester, we'll have one team of 3 people playing Rocket League. So all in all, it would be 18 people. 18 people, and that's it for us being able to have competing inside of esports. And honestly, 18 people, technically 21 if you want to be really specific, because I can have 3 backups to the 3 starters for Rocket League. So, 21 people underneath one coach. If you're paying me 1,000 or 1.5 thousand, you can't complain about that. I'm doing the equivalent amount of work, even technically a little bit more, than an assistant coach that they're paying me the same level as. So there you go, right? I've done the sheer basic amount of my duty at that point. However, and this is where it's going to start to become a little bit wild, if I can actually convince them to consider these options. If they pay me a salary of 3,000 for the year, what I'll do is I'll have us enrolled not only in the oh gosh, hold on. There. Not only in the small tournament that I just mentioned, right? Oh, great, it's gonna let me do that. Damn. I'll also enroll them in the larger one, the one that actually costs a fee to participate in. But that one allows us to have, for just $200, we can have 45 students actively competing in that league, in that tournament. And when I say actively competing, I mean, not starters and substitutes. It's 45 active starters with as many substitutes as we want to have. It's just that, they might not actually be able to play unless any of the starters are academically ineligible. So add that on to the 21 that we can have also doing stuff with the first league, and you have a healthy-sized program there, especially if I end up paying the extra fee, which adds on an extra 25 slots or so, I think. So then you're bringing it up to from 45 plus 25. That's an extra 70 slots right there, right? So that's a group of 70 people able to compete, which again, bigger than the football program in its entirety. So if they're paying me 3,000, which is about the same as they would pay a football head coach, right? By the way, again, a football head coach specifically for one grade, meaning for about 45 kids, right? I'm still dealing with almost, almost twice that if I do the full allotment, right? I think that would be more than fair to expect. And then this is where it's going to get big, because with that one, at the 3,000, it's like, okay, like you're really hamming it up. Like if I manage to make a really good case for myself, they might go for it, right? I then want to make it very clear that the I need to get this part, otherwise Coops is going down. Ooh, okay, good. Coops is gonna live. But I'm going to say, for $5,000 as a salary, right? As a stipend is technically what it is. It's supposed to be a stipend, not a salary, but it is what it is, right? If they give me a $5,000 stipend to run the program, that is when I will also include within my services the work that I have been doing this year. The work I'm doing this year, if I can be completely honest, it is within $5,000 salary range. The amount of hours that I'm putting into this, the amount of students that are able to participate in it. Technically, we could even have more than just these 97 students that have signed up, right? We can have almost infinite amounts of them signing up. It's just the coordination of it that is kind of the thing that makes it the hardest to be able to make the whole program come together. So if they're willing to pay me $5,000, then I'll have not only the 2 tournaments that I've already brought up, but also the tournament that allows for as many students as want to participate can participate, which is huge because at that point, it goes from once it's no longer the first year of having that big of a program, once it catches on and everyone starts to realize the possibilities and what's able to happen if you go to our school and you're part of the esports league there, right? Once it spreads around a little bit more, that is going to become a huge program at our school. And it will be a very important thing for the district to be aware of. So there's a lot of good that can come from them actually choosing to adopt this program. I just need to make sure that the way that I'm proposing it means that I'll actually get paid fairly to do the job that I'm putting all this effort in on. But it's been going pretty well so far when it comes to the idea of negotiating for things, because obviously I've already mentioned that my principal is extremely behind me, right? The other thing on top of that is one of our representatives at the district level, who's another teacher. They were actually Teacher of the Year last year, and I helped them to make their Teacher of the Year video, and it went really, really well. So we're really good friends because of that now. But she came up to me during our practice this last Thursday and was like, hey, how's it going on all this stuff, right? And we had a talk, and I brought up the fact that I'm not being paid to do this, that that the district hasn't been paying me or anything like that. And she got this really serious look in her eyes, because I think she's also involved with the teachers union, one of the teachers unions. We actually have 2 teacher unions here, which is ridiculous, and it's great how much aid and assistance we get because of it. But she was letting me know, that's the amount of work that you're doing is not fair to go unpaid for. And so she's also going to be my representative right along with my principal when it comes down to talking about what we do in the program, how big the program is, what work goes into the program, and things like that. So I'm really excited for it. There's a good chance that my program is going to be perceived in in a much better light in the district than I thought that it would be. I just wish that that the dang adults would realize how important of a program this sort of thing is. Because the simple truth of the matter is, like, esports is becoming more and more absolutely important. It provides a way for students that normally have not felt challenged in any sort of way, or haven't felt as though their interests and needs are being met in the schools, right? It provides them an outlet, an elective outlet, the same sort of outlet that we try to give our kids whenever we have these sport programs, right? Like, the main reason why people justify the football programs growing as big as they do, other than the fact that they do bring in a lot of money, because of how many, like, sponsorships and stuff go their way, community-wise, right? The thing that makes, like, the district justify paying coaches as much as they do and having that many coaches for a single school, right? The thing that they always say is, well, you know, sports are extremely important in the lives of young people. Don't get me wrong, they actually are. It's not because of the physical activities as much. It's because building that sort of teamwork, unity, and most importantly, the social behaviors that come from being in those sort of activities, right? Learning how to interact with other people that that you're supposed to be allies with. Learning how to win gracefully. Learning how to lose gracefully. All these sorts of things. Like, these are all very essential skills that come about quite frequently and easily whenever you are dealing with sports. Whatever sport it may be, basketball, football, soccer, all these different things, you have the potential of being able to have a lot of growth come from that, which is really good and really cool. But that's an opportunity that's been missed out by so many of our students because they've never felt athletically capable before, or they've had health concerns or things like that, or maybe sports just have never been, like, prioritized in their lives up to that point, and they don't see a real need for it, right? There are all these students that aren't being pushed and to grow in the same way that sports let them. And esports solves that. Esports gives them the place for that to happen. And it does it so well, too. The biggest thing I think that's going to get the... If anything is going to get the district on my side about this, is going to be pointing out that the way that it requires students to be academically eligible in order to compete in the tournaments, the way that it requires them to be keeping their grades actively up, and the fact that so many people that are in the esports program are people that before weren't in sports programs that also require them to be academically eligible. Academically eligible, there we go. The fact that it's taking all these people and requiring them to put a lot more effort into their schoolwork in order for them to be a part of this program, I think that that's going to be the big thing that gets them on my side, is them going, oh, like, this is a whole category of people, of students that before have not technically had to worry about academic eligibility. If they wanted to do badly in school, there wasn't really any sort of incentive we could give them, and there wasn't any sort of, like, thing that we could put in place to stop them from acting that sort of way, right? So yeah, I think that there's a lot of good that can come from that if I phrase everything in the right way, but I don't know. But by this point, we're just kind of hoping for the best. Nice. I wasn't sure if I get that. So that's the goal. If I bring up the fact that by paying me a $5,000 salary, they're still paying me less than they are for the football program, and my program is bigger and runs longer, right? They're paying me less than they are for the whole of the football program, and it's a big program. And we're meeting weekly, and there's also twice weekly practices during the mornings as well. Like, we end up having 3 practices a week. Again, more than the football, and this happens all year long. So, the fact that I'm doing it alone with no head coach, I mean, with no assistant coach to my head coach, right? Anyway, so, I'm just getting more and more salty as time goes on, is what I've realized. I'm getting more and more angered over the fact that I'm putting in all of this work and nothing is coming of it besides the hope that in the future I will be reimbursed in some sort of way. It won't even be reimbursed. It'll be that I'll be actually, like, treasured and seen for the amount of work that I'm doing, right? Yeah. That's one of the hard things about being a teacher, right? And because it's very hard to feel as though you're able to complain about your job of being a teacher, because anytime that you do within company, it's normally, well, you knew exactly what you were signing up for when you got this job, right? Like, oh, you knew the kids were going to treat you this way, or you knew the adults were going to treat you this way, because you were a kid. You were a kid once. You know exactly how you treated teachers, or you've seen, like, the parents that are nightmares talk to teachers before. Like, you knew what you were getting into. Like, you have no place to complain. It's always so annoying to hear conversations like that, because no one should have to deal with the levels of, like, aggression and abuse, honestly, that teachers get. No one deserves that sort of level of disrespect from the people that they interact with every single day, right? Like, think about how many times that that students are actually, like, talking well about their teachers. That actually like what their teachers are doing, right? I get it that a lot of that comes down to teachers themselves and, like, how they're actually teaching. And I won't deny, there's a lot of teachers out there that really shouldn't be teachers. Like, there's a lot of people that the way that they think that you're supposed to teach is, like, practically by threatening the kids and by putting all sorts of consequences for failing to do some, like, legitimately difficult things for their age. Wait, what the? I didn't talk to you. Like, there are some ways that some teachers are really unfair in their expectations of kids. But even with a few of the people that aren't doing their best, the fact that then every teacher is just sort of like, oh, well, you can just treat them like the worst. You can treat them crap. You can treat them like as though they're not even people, as though they're just obstacles to you being able to have a future in life, which we're not. Simplifier. I don't know. It just gets, it's really frustrating whenever you have parents that treat you more like a babysitter than anything else. Like, oh, you're doing this program for my child. This esports program, you're doing it for my child. You have to help. You have to make them feel 100% welcome 100% of the time. You owe this to them. All sorts of stuff. I don't know. Whole thing. It becomes very disheartening as a teacher to sometimes realize that a lot of the interactions that you have are not positive interactions. And it's not your fault. It's that people think they can just walk all over you. So, it is what it is. Okay, if you have no errands, we shall depart at once. Let's shove off. We'll get to learn a little bit more about the pirates. Our destination is the dreaded Keelhaul Key. Off and away we go. Like I said, this isn't my favorite chapter, but it's my favorite themed chapter. I love anything that does with pirates. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so good. The X-Nauts. This is X-Naut 1 here. Come back, dude. I repeat, X-Naut 1 here. Over. Roger, reading you 5x5. Oh, 5x. Infiltration is successful. X-Naut Black aboard vessel. Repeat, X-Naut Black is aboard the vessel. Because, Lord Magnus or Lord Crump, whatever his name is. I don't remember what it is. I was gonna say it's Lord Crump, but I can't remember anymore. Lord Crump is disguised as a stagehand. As a deckhand, that's it. The key to pirates. Very nice. Here we go. Month, day. Over the protests of my crew, the SS Flavian has set sail. Is this voyage as reckless as they say? Ah, I must scoff. Flavio will show them guts. These are the diaries of Flavio. Month, day, another day of good wind. White clouds, they dazzle me. It is as if they are blessing our voyage. Flavio thanks them most heartily. Month, day, things are going smoothly, yet I am filled with dread. At this speed, we should reach our destination by tomorrow's sunrise. Squirrel Captain casts his gaze, red jewel shines and plays, boom bassa boom festival. The stashed pro's best of friends, 3 times red stash lands on his end. Blue stash's belly 4 times is whacked, so let's hear those fireworks go boom. I want to point out, this is actually a riddle that we'll need to know for later. 3 times we land on the red stash's head, 4 times we whack blue stash's belly. At the Boom Bassa Boom Festival. Yes, now we are talking. Flavio told you, did he not? Nothing to fear, no. The island is right before our eyes. Do you not see it? It is a mountain of treasure. Oh, ho, ho, I feel fabulous. Shall I tell you one of my many tales of raw bravery? No, it is no trouble at all. There I was, locked in deadly combat with a sea serpent. Yes, but even then I smiled, for I knew I'd prevail. I had the beast licked, for I am Flavio. He was giant, massive, a huge drink of man-eater. But even now, you know, I could take him, yes. Where was I? Oh, yes. Yes, but even then I smiled, for I knew I'd prevail. Right, he's gonna say this on loop repeatedly. Right, he started again. A tale of bravery, right? I had this one yesterday. There's nowhere to escape to. We just have to listen till he's finished. Yeah, if you interrupt him mid-story, he absolutely loses it too. Why is the... What? Wait, what's going on here? The ship's stopping. Oi, Master Flavio, awful sorry to interrupt that wicked story, but the ship's stopped. Huh? Stop, you say to me, after interrupting a story of passion and fury? Well, it is your job to keep the ship moving, yes? So take care of it. Oh, aye, Flavio. I'll get on it right quick. Wait a tick. It's looking around. Yeah. I'm working on it. Just wait a Goomba stop a moment, you scallywags. Question mark? Oi, quit shoving, eh? I'm working over here. I said quit shoving. Uh-oh. He runs down.
They're here. What is this ruckus now? Who is here? Will someone tell me what is going on?
Oh. No, they're upon us. The pirate ghosts. All them rumors were true. What we gotta do? We gotta get out of here.
Do not panic yourselves. This is just a dream that we are all having. Awake! Now, quickly, move the boat. Oh, ghostly oohing thing. Are you really the savage pirate king? Help me!
Buck up, everyone. Remain civilized. Relax. Don't panic. Relax, I say. You must simply... Oh, wait. Oh, that's bobbery. Relax, I say. You simply must take it easily. What?
Wow. Excuse me. Listen, everyone. Form an orderly line without shoving.
Forget it. Make a path.
Bobbery, look alive, man. Aye, we must get out of here. Abandoned ship. Every rich, marvelous merchant for himself.
And the whole ship goes down. By the way, the whole time the controller was just rumbling. Month, day, fortune from disaster. A kindly sea washed us ashore. What strange irony that this island was our intended destination all along, no? And yet we mourn. We've lost 3 crew members, including Admiral Bobbery. It pains me to think they were taken by the Pirate King, that ghostly thing. What happens to us now, huh?
We may be lost without hopes, stricken in the wilds. Month, day, we have made a semblance of civilized life here. The ship's flotsam washed in, and now we have salty bread and other salty things. We can live for some time on this salty bounty of the sea, but then what, I ask? Month, day, we have built a few huts from the washed-up timbers. Ah, poor sweet SS Flavian. At least the shanties keep out the wind and rain. We still have had no sign of Bobbery and the others, and my heart, she doubts. Still, despite my fears, we must continue to hope that they are alive somewhere. Month, day, 3 days on the isle now, and the huts are all finished. We have carved a life out here, though we all dream of a return to Rogue Pot.
Oi, Captain Stash. It ain't much, but we finished a wee hut for you to rest in. Come have a look.
There we go. So, a hut has been made for us. We are, like they said, we are starting to live out our lives here. There's not any way back to go back to Rogueport. The ship capsized, so this, for now, is our lives. Captain, please help us. Flavio and Papatch are in a huge fight.
And what about you, Squinty? You turned to jelly when you saw all those ghosts.
What are you talking about? You were the one quaking in his boots, fancy pants.
Wait, one moment. Did you call the great Flavio Fancy Pants?
That's right, fancy pants. Fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants.
Well, you little cyclops! Flavio demands satisfaction. You, me, hammers, at dawn!
Oi, that's right, fine by me. I can't wait to put a few dents in those fancy threads.
They're here!
The ghosts have arrived.
Captain Stash!
Oh, Captain Stash, them ghosts are back.
Here they are. Invading the camp.
Mario, front and center, this is in order. Take care of those ghosts!
There we go. Thankfully, I don't think I've equipped Jumpman, so I think I'm still able to hammer these guys. Phew, thank goodness. Tell you what, actually, let's just make it really easy. This is just way easier. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Okay, this should do 6 damage to all of them. I don't know if that's enough to defeat them. It isn't. But now I'm able to do gulp. I think, at least. I don't think... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he has a problem gulping up the fireballs. There we go. I can't believe I timed that as well as I did. Okay, and now we can just hammer this guy. Nice and easy. Should be that that's enough. Because, I mean, the gulp 5 damage was enough, so this 5 damage should definitely be enough. It's the same amount. Okay, 3 XP from each one. Not overall bad. It'll be a lot easier eventually to be able to do that.
Yes, you're a blooming beast, Captain Stash.
Too early to celebrate, no? There are surely more of them elsewhere, huh? Someone must investigate the rest of the island. Yes, that is what must be. As the leader of this investigation, I, of course, should stay here. On this, I brook no argument. Ah, yes, of course. Mario, perhaps you could handle the exploration of the island.
Can do.
That's my boy. I knew you would go forth with boldness. We can count upon you.
The fact that in order to rest here, we still have to pay coin is kind of annoying. Like, we're the captain. We're trying to save us all. Why are you extorting coins here? Gosh. Enjoy your day. See, and also, even the shop over here, right? The shop has loads of resources. Why can I not just take any of these resources? Whatever. Courage Shell, we'll sell that. And we'll go ahead and sell the Fire Flower because that's completely useless here. Then let's sell the Booze Sheet. I feel like we should also sell the Mr. Softener. Like, I don't fight guys with enough defense that I would really need that. We'll keep Earthquake for now. Okay, and then I think we're going to save and exit right here because it's 9 o'clock. All right. Well, when it comes to this then, yeah, we didn't have too many people show up during today's stream, but totally makes sense, right? I wasn't even sure I'd be able to actually stream tonight, so I'm happy we got anyone to show up. We are probably in the future going to be playing this a little bit more. I do not think I'm going to be able to play tomorrow on Sunday. I'm hoping to play Monday, but we'll have to see about that since that's also the day that I'm expecting a lot of like messages to come in last minute for people for the MSEL, since that's the last day that I'm allowing people to send me in their ranks for like how well they're doing on these online ranking systems for all the different games that there are, right? So it should be a little bit frantic, but I'm not able to stream tomorrow. That much I do know. Monday, there's a good chance of it. So I would say right now, expect me to stream again on Monday. Past that, yeah, on Monday we'll probably play something really nice and simple and light, since we've played this for a while and we don't have too many people showing up during these streams, right? So, as it is, I think we'll leave this here. So long, students. Thanks for those of you that did show up. Goodbye.